So Brad, Managing Director of Turfrey, overall winners of the Safest Place to Work Awards this year. How does it feel?
Real honour, really. We're very humbled by it, and also it's a surprise. More in the sense that, it's just a big shock to get recognised for the hard work we've really done behind the scenes for the last few years, and I guess such a great thing about it is it was never a big goal for us to try and win an award. It was just something that was just such a no-brainer for us. But we're quite tough on ourselves, and we're always trying to move forward so much that we don't often stop and take stock of where we've got to, and it's a good way of us actually stopping and realising that it hasn't been in vain, and that what we've been believing in is recognised. So.
What was the initial response from you and the team when you found out that initially you were a finalist before you actually found out that on the night that you'd won it? What was the initial response within the business?
Yeah, that was pretty unreal. Ash got the email, our health and safety advisor, and you know, who works here, and he sent it to us and said Happy Friday, and far out. Yeah, it was just amazing. We were, even at that point, because it was such a surprise, we were just bouncing off the walls, and immediately, just seeing who we were up against. At heart we're a small family business, even though we're quite big now, and going up against some of these big corporates, and especially like thousands of other businesses, that it was a big deal.
So let's talk a wee bit about your health and safety journey, because you're in a number of different sectors, but predominantly in roofing and construction. Tell us about the journey that you've been on to date, as the managing director.
Our business has been operating for 40 years, for about just over 40 years, and my dad started it, and when Rich and I and the sort of new senior team took over the business sort of 5 or so years ago, one of the things we really wanted to do was start trying to lead the way and really professionalise what we do in our sector. And I guess that's why the more we think about it, this whole health and safety stuff, just all the different ways we operate, it keeps coming back to health and safety. If you're wanting to be professional and be the best and have the great team and culture and look after everyone and be a reputable contractor and all those things, there's just no way you can try and lead the way or run a really great business without having a real focus on health and safety and having it a part of how you operate.
So as the managing director here, you've mentioned the importance of health and safety as a key component of your business. In fact, a fundamental cornerstone of your business. What does that mean for you in terms of building that culture?
I think it goes probably back to when people either come on board or the people that are already part of our team, we're all about doing things as professionally as we can and right, and not cutting corners, and there's no compromise when it comes to making a decision around doing something right or safely, or because it's such part of our core principles, therefore we don't have to try and make a decision day in, day out about whether it's a fit to do something safely, or invest in equipment, or stand up for ourselves if something's not right on a site.
So when you think about growing your business,
yeah,
and health and safety being a critical part of that, what impact have you seen it have on the business by doing really good health and safety?
We believe that people want to work at a place that's safe. They want to be a part of a team and company that really values them, that they're not just a number, they're not just an employee, a means to an end, that it's important to us that not just that people don't get hurt, that they feel that they're clear around what we're doing, and also that we care about how they feel, and that they're engaged, and that they're listened to, that they're actually a part of the journey and health and safety culture that we've got too. So it's all about everyone being involved.
So before you mentioned about the transition from a compliance culture to one which is all about continuous improvement and assurance.
Yeah. It definitely, back in the old days when I was an apprentice, the labour department inspectors were sort of like the police, and everyone was scared of them, and it was all about, I think the industry especially was about not getting caught doing things. So one of the things we adopted pretty much straight away when we sort of had our new focus and direction was to just not even worry about compliance. We were striving to let's just make it as good as we can. Let's just try and lead the way as much as possible, and the compliance takes care of itself. We're not trying to not get in trouble. We're trying to keep finding new ways to get better and better and better. So because there's so many intangible benefits to that, all these other offshoots which we talked about, that the people feel more engaged and safe, and our clients value it, and at least the productivity, professionalism, organisation. It's just but what we're seeing in New Zealand a lot more now is finally people are starting to have a different mindset to health and safety, and not seeing it as the rules or not getting caught. It's definitely just about how you take a totally different approach to it now.
So one of the things that your health and safety manager raised was the challenge that you sometimes have as an organisation where you're taking your health and safety seriously, but you might be on sites which have other contractors on site, so it's a multi-party site effectively. Can you tell us a wee bit about the challenges that faces for you for an organisation which is relatively more mature in the way that it approaches its health and safety and well-being?
Yeah, I mean, there are certainly clients or people that we either work for or we get asked to work for and we're exposed to that have got some development to do on their end, and I think for us it's just going back to those key principles. For us, we actually would prefer to not work with someone who wasn't prepared to live up to the right standards and the expectations. And we've got a prime example of a job at the moment where we've gone to a client and said that our guys have raised the flag and said that it's not, we want some more information here, and we've actually celebrated that and said thank you guys, and we've gone straight back to the client and said, hey, we need to know this before we're going to commence works. So and we're prepared to do that now. There's no question. It's not about trying to keep the client happy and get paid or do the job for the sake of it. It comes first now. The safety comes first.
So you as the managing director, you have to present to the board a whole bunch of things about the business, and health and safety obviously being one of those. How has that changed for you over the last 2 or 3 years?
We aren't in a position where we could take any risks. If someone really gets hurt, they could die. And it certainly does not fit our strategy in any way, shape or form to A, cut corners, but B, find ourselves in any position like that. And we care as stakeholders to protect the people that are part of our family and culture. So it's so important that that we do things right, and that everyone's protected. So it is a very integral part of for the directors to know that we're not just doing enough to get by and cover ourselves, that we're doing everything we can in that direction to make it the best we can.
Brad, congratulations, overall winner of the Safest Place to Work Awards. Congratulations for all the hard work you've obviously done and the team's done to lift your health and safety capability. Well done.
No, thanks, Mark. I guess what it's done for us is really, we were already extremely motivated and committed on this journey. Like I said earlier, regardless of any, we didn't set out to win an award, but however, having done that is just huge for our team and culture, and it just really reinforces our commitment to constantly improving and living and breathing this. And all I can say is that it's certainly this is the beginning for us. We're very, very committed to continuing this journey. So thank you for recognising it, and if anything, we just hope that we can help everyone come along for the journey too. So, thanks.
Safe365, intelligent health and safety software for business.